Darrell, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey Jesse, how you doing?
All is well, sir.
So I had a question. So, I watch the show a lot, and you mentioned that, we could be delivered from sin, and I know you say you
We
don't.
could be
Do
what
you
now?
sin? Delivered from sin?
Yes.
Would you say that you sin?
No, when your heart is changed from anger to love, you stop playing God. You stop judging and you stop playing God, and that's when the sin thing is over. But you gotta have a
Right,
change of heart.
right. So, I hear that from you, but I was finding that hard to believe because literally any other person that you would ask if you can stop sinning, they say no, we're not perfect. No, we all sin, and I really was pondering that, and I found a verse. I think it was First John 5, and it talks about how when you walk in the light, you don't lie in the darkness. You live in truth, and then they will use the next couple of verses. If we claim to be without sin, we deceive ourselves, and the truth is not in us. And they use that to justify, oh, if you say you don't sin, then you're lying to yourself.
Right. Well, walking in the light is when you're present instead of in your imagination. Anyone that lives in time, think about the past or the future, is not walking in the light. They're walking in darkness. And anyone who has forgiven and God has forgiven them, then and you sit still, he'll bring you out of the darkness into the light. And that's why it's so important to stay present so that you live in the light and your heart, you'll be fine. But anytime you live in
Right,
time, you're living in the darkness. And so what I recommend is that don't live your life according to what anyone says or anyone think, because those people
right.
have been brainwashed as well. But you are fortunate,
Yeah, for
you are
sure.
blessed in that you're seeking the truth. As long as you stay with it, it'll be fine. But wish those people well, but don't believe what they have to say. They can't see.
Right,
And,
right. Yeah, and that's what me and my wife and I were talking about. We come to realize that a lot of the we call them Marxists. A lot of the people are just Marxists, and they're lost,
yeah, they
and we can
just,
see that now.
right. That's why we wish them well, because just as we couldn't see, I couldn't see, and you couldn't see at one time because we were
Right,
living in darkness, they cannot see either. And when you understand that about yourself, it will prevent you from judging or resenting anyone, because you would know that it's not them. They are blind and cannot see.
right.
They just can't see. That's all. They're blind, and wish them well. And you stay in the light. Are you doing the silent prayer?
Yes, I did it this morning. I will admit that I've been slacking a lot on it, but
And,
I will do it more.
and why you're not doing it? God said to pray without ceasing, because He doesn't want you to forget and slip back into the imagination, which is
Right.
darkness. Why don't you stay with it morning and night, and even during the day? Practice being aware.
I think I just I buy into my own excuses. I convince myself that, well, I let Satan convince me that I'm moving too fast. I don't have time for it, and knowing that, I'll do better.
Yeah, yeah, because the last thing, the last thing the devil want you to do is to stay in the light, because he doesn't want the light of God shining on him, the darkness of the devil. He has to depart from you if the light shine on him. And so I would encourage you, stay with
Right.
the silent prayer. Don't let him talk you out of being still. You do have time. Put it first thing in the morning, last thing at night, and during the day, practice. You'll be fine, all right?
Uh huh. And
Hey,
I got one more question.
okay.
Um, so when you're without anger, um, so when you walk in the light, you're without anger, right?
Yes.
So I would say that I definitely am getting better with that. I wouldn't say that I would I wouldn't have called myself an angry person, but there used to be instances where like I would get mad, but I don't think I would ever get like uncontrollably mad. Like I'm able to even like I'm able to like God said, hold your thoughts in contempt, just judge your thoughts. Just then when I do feel like when I feel like some emotions creeping up for something that would typically make me mad, it literally does feel like hell. Like you can feel the heat creeping up on your body and everything.
Yeah.
It's so fascinating.
That is absolutely true. That anger is evil. And it doesn't matter how much you have or don't have, right? And that anger
Mm-hmm.
is evil and it destroys every fiber of the body. And it is a burning hell. It is fire to the body and mind. And most people don't realize, and they are telling people that anger is good. Oh, you need anger to survive. You need anger for this. No, you don't need anger at all. Anger is evil.
Right. It just blinds you.
Yeah, absolutely. Amazing
Mm-hmm.
call, Daryl. Thank you, man. Stay with the prayer no matter what, all right?
All right.
Okay. Thank you, buddy. Let me go. There's a line open. 888-775.
Can you hear me better?
Yes, I can.
How you doing, Mr. Peterson?
All is well.
Okay, so firstly, I just wanted to just thank you so much because you honestly have changed my life for the better. You've been a huge, major role in me just reforming my entire mindset on everything in life because I 100% was a Marxist and did not even know it.
Yeah.
I am 23 years old, and I've been born and raised in Chicago. And, I was in the public school system, and they essentially taught me to be racist and perceive myself as a victim. And, I was a scholar when I was in school, so I was getting straight A's and everything, and I didn't think anything was wrong with what I was learning. I thought it was just, standard curriculum. But in listening to you and realizing that I've been lied to, it's just been really awakening. And it's really, taking the steps and listening to you has been, really helpful in, reforming my entire life.
Right on.
And setting me on a correct path in my Christian journey. Because I've always been raised as a Christian girl. But, I was not exemplifying those values. And now, in listening to you, I think you're the reason that I ended up getting married at such a young age. Because me and my husband, you actually just got off the phone with him. But him and I pretty much listen to you on a daily basis. And, you just really help in just letting me know what my role is as a wife.
Amazing.
And I think it's been very beneficial in our lives.
So Daryl is your husband?
Yes, sir.
Right on. Well,
Yes, sir.
the fact that both of you are working on this, you're going to be together until death do you part.
And I'm so happy to hear that because we were together. We were dating for 3 years. And prior to us, getting informed with you, we had a good relationship. But now that I know what I know and know that I was a Marxist and I was a feminist and everything, I know that I was ultimately going to be the destruction of our relationship.
Yep.
And I had no idea. I thought I was being a good girlfriend or whatever. I thought we were on the path to getting married, but we were not because we didn't have God with us. And I thought we did. I really thought I was doing everything right. That's the craziest part of it all. I didn't think that I was doing anything bad. I didn't think that I was upholding communism. But obviously I was. And I'm like, wow, I had the whole independent women mindset, can't nobody tell me what to do. I'm a victim of white supremacy, all that. And all that is gone. And I feel so liberated now and just realizing that nothing can hold me back.
Amazing. Have you gone and forgiven your mother?
Yes, sir. Actually, and I've been wanting to call you for a while, but I was like, I knew that you were going to ask that, so I had to make sure I had that together. So despite me I was so scared to reach out to my mom because my mom, I love my mom, but she is a firecracker. So I'm like, I know if I reach out to her talking about I'm going to forgive her for my resentment, she's going to be upset because And when I forgave her, she had the exact reaction that I expected. In that she was like, what you forgiving me for?
Yeah.
I sacrificed my life for y'all, this and that. Just going off. And it was hurtful for me to hear it, but it was expected. And then, yes, I forgave her 2 days ago. And so yesterday she texted me, and she essentially actually like accepted my apology. And she said, well, not the apology, she accepted the forgiveness. And she was like, I was unforgiving toward you when you reached out to me. So I wanted to apologize, and, I just wanted to have a better relationship. So it ultimately was very beneficial. Despite me having fear,
Yes.
I realized that fear is of the devil.
Yeah.
And I've definitely, I'm telling you, Mr. Peterson, it was been extremely hard in the beginning to listen to the things you've been saying, specifically as a woman, because I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. Like, what are you saying? But I really do. I promise. I listen to everything that you say, and me and my husband will sit there. I might get emotional and be crying, like, I don't want to be evil, and I really do be listening.
Hold on for me. Can you hold? Let me take a quick break. Can you hold?
Yes, sir.
Okay, hold on. Let me take a quick break. 1 more hour to go.